Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's FreightCaviar video. It will be a little bit different than the regular podcast that we release every Monday. In this video we have Ted Ailing, the former CEO and co-founder of Access America, give us a tour of Chattanooga. Back in November, we were visiting Chattanooga to attend FreightWave's F3 conference, and Ted invited us to show us around the city of Chattanooga and what he's been working on. Back in 2014, Access America was acquired by Coyote. This was before Coyote was acquired by UPS. And Ted took a year sabbatical after being acquired, went to London with his wife, and wanted to understand what he was going to do with this newfound gift of money that he received from selling Access America. And Ted's an amazing person, and he's doing a lot for the city of Chattanooga. So overall, this is going to be a video of us getting a tour of the city from Ted, and it was really a remarkable experience touring the whole entire city and seeing the influence and impact that Ted has given. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and make sure to subscribe to our newsletter on FreightCaviar.com.
First gonna go to Chat Prep, the school my wife and I started, and yeah, jump in. Sorry, man, we got tons of room. Y'all want to scoot over?
This is not what I was expecting.
I thought this is a way cooler bus.
Huh? Oh, we took this Tuscaloosa, take people down there. We pick up VCs like when they fly to town, like they want to invest in our companies, and they're like, "What the hell?" It's like so insane.
It's a great surprise.
So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna go to Chat Prep. And we got 484 boys there. So my wife and I, after we sold Access, we sold it Andrew's dad, Coyote Logistics. We took a year sabbatical, moved to London for a year, and came back and just were like, you know what are we going to do with this, gift we've been given or we've worked hard for? We want to, invest in the youth. So guess what the average ACT at our inner city schools are in Chattanooga?
16. 26.
32.
Isn't 26 is good?
36 is perfect.
26 is good. I'm giving it.
Well,
benefit
no,
of the doubt.
you said inner
Inner
city, not
city.
his school.
Oh, inner
Not my
city.
school, yeah, like a typical inner city school.
18.
13.4.
Wow.
One of the schools, if you start there 9th grade, percentage chance you graduate from a 4-year university, 1/3 of 1%. 1 out of 300 kids is starting that school and graduating college. Nothing compares. Nothing. I don't care about building another big company. Like seeing these kids win.
Yeah,
and so the whole thing. And so after this, we're gonna go to Brickyard, which is just like 5 minutes away. The whole goal is to get the kids to be, own equity in things, own their own companies, and understand, create their own wealth and be break generational curses.
Yeah.
And so we have a personal finance class, which is their favorite class.
Awesome.
I have entrepreneurs all the time there. We have a thing called the Grit Speaker Series. Peyton Manning spoke, Gary Vaynerchuk spoke. Okay, quick Gary V story. So Gary came to school, this is 3 years ago, and I was like, hey, it was awesome. And I was like, Gary, these are middle schoolers, like they're 8th graders this time. I was like, let's keep it clean, He's like, oh yeah, got it, sure. It's okay. 19 minutes in, he's like just on fire. Like everybody's like, oh my God, he's like killing it. Q&A happens, and he goes, some kid, he goes, hey, how many kids have phones? Most kids. He goes, how many kids are on Instagram? Most kids. He goes, how many of y'all know who I am? 2 kids raised their hand. He goes, y'all are going to your pants when you get home and look me up. The kids are like, oh my God, that's crazy. So anyway, it's so funny.
What's the admissions process?
So we have a waiting list. We have 150 kids on the waiting list right now, which is super sad. We have a lottery system where we have to hire a CPA firm based out of Nashville that just draws names, which is kind of like, it's life changing. There's a great Waiting for Superman. Have y'all heard of that documentary? It's another really good one. It's in Harlem, New York. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, what? This is the guy who wants to get here first. Hey, hello. Why don't you meet some friends?
Oh, really?
I've been bragging about you 5 minutes ago. I didn't even plan this. I heard potential Air Force Academy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been texting some people right now. They already want to talk to you.
Great.
So you in?
Yes.
Okay. These are my friends from all over.
What's
This
up,
is
man?
Cash. He's a sophomore. Total stud. Hey, what would you tell them about the school, Cash?
What do I tell them?
Yeah.
It's
What do you
been-
like? What do you like about the school?
Here it's like being a big fish in a small pond. Everything's available to me. All the opportunities I need are here, and I can reach out to anyone here, and they will help me.
Boom. That's really man. That's awesome. Cool. All right.
So in the school we have 6 through 11. So next year will be our first graduating class. We have 442 young men currently. So next year will be over, like I think 500, 525, 550. In the gym right now, so that's PE. So PE wellness. I'd probably say that was probably 3 classes. 3 like classes as in like not grade classes,
Sure,
but just
3.
yeah.
How large are the classrooms?
You know, one issue that we do have, we started with 65 6th grade boys.
Okay.
There's such a need for this in our community that we're waitlisted every year. We have a lottery every year. Like we need to be able to provide more for the young men of our community.
So if somebody wants to get involved and help
Yeah.
out, how do they do that?
We have several people here in the building. Angel Ulmer, Margie Scott, to just call and say, hey, I want to volunteer. And there's, a laundry list of whether it's financial or it's like coming and running a book club, or yeah.
So welcome to Chattanooga Prep. Welcome to Chattanooga. Chattanooga Prep's a public charter school serving grades 6 through 11. At full scale will be 6 through 12. Currently we have 480 young men, and our goal is to send them to college. For so many young men in Chattanooga and students in general, they're locked into failing schools. And our mission at Prep Public Schools and here at Chattanooga Prep is to change that trajectory so that zip code is not determining a kid's education. We're totally choice, so kids have to choose to come here. It's tuition free, you don't have to pay anything. It's not selective like a private school. We have open spots, kids apply. If we have over the amount of kids seats, then we do a lottery. And we provide excellent education, nurturing our coaches, our mentors, Ted and Keller, our board, pour into our young men every single day to change that trajectory of life. We believe that through a great education, great school, our young men will be like each of you one day. It's that exposing to something different. We have every kid that comes to Chat Prep starting in 6th grade sets foot on a college campus. We have a group going today to MTSU. So it's that exposure, getting them out. Next year, all seniors will be required to do an internship. Our counselors are working with them now to help them explore career options and what they want to do. And we'll be matching them with internships that match their goals and aspirations. So everything from startups to doctor's offices to engineering. We just want our guys when they go to college to know exactly what they want to do, or an idea of what they want to do. We have kids that want to go to the military academies.
Yeah, they just met Cash randomly.
Yeah.
We were bragging about him. They walked up. I was like,
Cash is on me all week about getting him to, with someone that's been to a military academy because he wants to go to the Air Force Academy. Yep, so we started 2018. Hard to believe it's been, 5 years now? It's been a roller coaster, but it's about serving kids. What keeps us up at night is kids zoned or locked into a failing school. And what can we do as a community to make a small impact on that change, because we believe it's through education that you change generations and change communities.
This is a little bit bigger than small at this point. This is
true startup. It was like 100%.
It was small when we had 65 young men. Now it's like, oh my gosh.
And we're starting a school in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is about 2 hours up the road. So Ted and Kelly's true startup culture is in this school big time. And we have people calling us like, how I just got off of a call with someone here locally, a local foundation. It's like, we want more impact that prep schools is making on kids, and that's our goal. It's to, again, kids are locked into failing schools in America and in our community, and prep public schools wants to make that change.
Cool. All right.
You're saying that they're from different zip codes. How do the kids get to the school? Is there a bus that picks
We
them
have a
up?
bus. We provide bus service. A lot of parents drop off their kids. Our buses go within a 30-mile radius of the school. So we provide, it's fully tuition free, so free transportation. We have after school programs. So they're getting
Three meals. They could do up to 3 meals a day as well, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is great through the Boys and Girls Club.
They're getting a private school education for free.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. This is our Theater 1 class.
Okay.
We are literally building a theater department kind of from scratch. So they're learning what it is, the terms, and how to make it on their own. They're learning how to make theater on their own. We're not trying to create Broadway folks, but if they want to, they choose that path. They are all about it, and they're.
Hey, we got some guys from Chicago here, by the way.
I know.
We got a Bulls jersey on.
There you go. Yeah, my team is retired, so to speak.
Tell us about your experience here and what you're involved in.
It's awesome.
So my experience here has been pretty good. I've been here since 6th grade. I'm now in the 9th grade. My name is Emonte Thornton. My experience here at Chattanooga has been nice the entire year. We've had a lot of challenges we've been going through, but overall, we've just been improving the school in lots of different ways. We got a new gym, so that's the big help. So like our basketball team went to state last year. So
Are you on that team?
No, I'm not. I'm trying not this year.
Good for you.
Good luck.
Yeah, and so I'm involved in football, the chess team, and I was on the Rocket Club, but then got suspended. But it's still pretty fun. Things we do at Chat Pro. It's just
What's your favorite thing about the school?
Favorite thing about the school? Probably say the sports. It's just we have a lot of good coaches, and it's just it's a lot of fun just getting to know your fellow teammates and coaches.
Well, seems like a great it's a great community ecosystem for like a lot of different. Yeah, we went to the gym and it was like alive, and everybody was playing something, and it seemed like everybody was pretty good at basketball too. So.
Did you compete this past weekend in chess?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
AP. Obsessed. Get AP. AP. Did you go to the chess tournament?
4 schools left in Hamilton County. We'll get you the next one.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. We have a 6th grader here who watched both his parents get murdered, and he had to call the police. Yeah, kid I just saw. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The pain. And we have full-time counselors here. We have 2 counselors, and they're for the teachers as well, because there's just a lot of trauma that everyone absorbs. I mean, Cal and I have to go down there and like bring it, just be like real positive energy for them, just be like motivation. I mean, you're doing that all day. That's hard.
Yeah.
We didn't really see classroom being taught, but I mean, like, do you hear that one teacher be like, hear me on 2, give me 2? Do you hear there's certain like ways you teach charter school stuff that they learn to keep kids, but it's so much energy.
Yeah.
If y'all have seen Mr. Man, oh my gosh.
Dude, that's what I noticed about all the faculty. They like you have to be on, and those guys are just like bringing it.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah, bring it.
That's hard. That takes
We're
a lot of
super,
work.
like, our values are joy, courage, and service. So hopefully you felt the joy in the building. That's a big thing. We want the courage for the kids, the boys to make the right decisions, and we want to serve others.
Yeah.
And so we're always like delivering turkeys. We're out there like in the community doing good, trying to help them, all of us, me too. Like I want to, learn from them about, because a lot of kids aren't in our school get served. It's like, let's like flip it. Let's like go serve other people.
We 2 years ago we started Brickyard. It's an early stage venture fund, and we combined it with sort of what we're calling a sort of like a residency. But if we invest in your company wherever you are in the world, you move to Chattanooga for a minimum of a year. But really, everybody coming here now they're signing up to get to a Series A. So like, you know, the YC is the best institution there is to get you to your first institutional raise. After you go through that, like almost every team falls into the trough of sorrow, and it's like 2 or 3 years in a knife fight, like trying to find product market fit. And nobody had focused on that period with companies. And so Bellhop, for example, you know, it was 5 years of a grind before we really truly had PMF, and we were at 15 million in revenue at that point. So like we thought that we had it a few times, and it was like, no, the market's bigger. We've got to, you know, take on this new segment. So a lot of companies today are going to find out like this is like 2 or 3 year knife fight. So this is like a post-raise execution house where you come to just completely remove distraction and execute towards your Series A. So everybody's coming here to like we're gonna be at Brickyard until we get to Series A metrics or raise a Series A. And so it's sort of a forcing function to just focus, remove distractions, and you know we have all of our portfolio teams are building out of the same space. So you've got like a really deep community of founders that have all quote burned the ships and are putting in the work. Yeah, come on in.
Sauna, cold plunge, steam. Yeah. Like you're just coming in the sauna tonight. Dude, I want to.
Well, I mean, these kids, like, most of them have never been on an airplane, and so if we can get, it's about $2,500 to get a kid to solo a plane. And like when you take off for the first time and you don't have anybody else in the plane with you, like you realize you can do anything you want. Yeah. And so we can just give, so we're getting 6 simulators and starting an aviation program with AOPA. I think it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be incredible.
It is. Yeah.
All right, man. You're busy. Cool. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks. See you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you.
So I met a guy in London named John Bradford who ran Tuckstars London. Him and I hit it off, and I invested in some of his companies. I came back to Chattanooga. I was showing him lampposts and all the stuff we were doing with bellhops and Chattanooga whiskey and all these different things. And he's like, God, when y'all invest in logistics, you kick ass. He's like, why the hell are you messing with this other stuff? We had done a router company, a healthcare company, all this other shit that wasn't really working. He goes, we should just start a logistics-focused fund. Oh, duh, we should have thought of that. And so our timing was super good. So this was Fund 1. We did this in 2017 or 18. And I mean, we've got Cinder, if you heard of them, they're based in Berlin.
Yeah,
they're a unicorn. Gaddick.
That's the Cinder?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, we got in that.
I was like, you guys must have taken the name.
No. So those guys were here in Chattanooga for like 2 or 3 months. We're the first investor in their company. It's fucking crazy. I mean, Stewart obviously kicked ass. We just exited Scoopus. I was on the board of that company based in Denver. So we have like 3 or 4 unicorns in Fund 1, which is just like smashing. Our timing was super good.
Sender bought Uber Freight like Europe.
Yes! Yeah. Dude, that team is insane.
Yeah.
They're so sharp. And then Fund, so this is a $22 million fund. This is Fund 2, is a $42 million fund.
This county's 380,000 people. I think if you're smaller than this, you might lack the resources to do really big stuff. If you're bigger than this, you get caught up in bureaucracy, right? This is the kind of community where on any given day, we've got budgets into the hundreds of millions of dollars. You can move big projects, but I also can talk to anybody I need to talk to within an hour or two, right? I can get everybody around the table any given week.
Yeah.
So I've found it to be a blast. I mean, the politics of it will drive you crazy. What I didn't realize is that I didn't have any familiarity with local government. Like, my dad was my age when he got elected to Congress, and that's what I grew up in. And man, there's no doubt, to Ted's point about thick skin, you got to just sort of know who your half dozen friends are and stick with those guys, because everybody else may turn on you.
Hey, so what would you say about like our logistics ecosystem here?
Well, it's what's defined this community for 400 years. So that's what's a little different, I'd argue, here, is you can draw a straight line between what Ted and these guys have done that I was a small part of, and the fact that the great Indian trading path came around the foot of Lookout Mountain. So for all of human history, goods and services have passed through this community, I mean, and I even think there's a through line to Coca-Cola scaling their business here, right? Like, Coke was just a fountain drink. It was scaled as a business that went international from Chattanooga. Wow. And so you think about what began as a trading path and then a river commerce city became the city that's at the convergence of 3 interstates, and so there's more freight that passes through this city than basically any city in America. And that is the basis of an ecosystem that Ted and a bunch of others have built on.
What's like your one metric that you're optimizing for?
For me, I obsess over public education every day because it's not got a great reputation here. Ted and his wife. Yeah, I know. I mean, Prep is what you probably wouldn't have context for, is that Prep is the most significant philanthropic leadership example in 20 years here. And it's the thing that Ted and I probably share the greatest heart about. And, the charter process
You told me, Wes, when we started
disruption.
You told me, you're like, nothing else will matter. Because at the time, I thought Access America, this, that. You're like, no, this school is always going to matter. And you're right. It's not even close.
Yeah, so that's it. For us,
I didn't even know when you said it, though. I was like, this would be fun or cool, but no.
Yeah.
This thing's like,
so I mean, really, to parlay the spirit and the reform mindedness and entrepreneurial spirit of Prep in charters, in magnets, in the traditional public education system. County government runs its consolidated school system here, and so we don't have direct oversight, but we're the funding body and we fund capital projects. And so we're working on about $250 million school facilities plan that will change fundamentally a lot of the pathways that exist. And we bought 11 acres in the heart of downtown, which was like one of the things I said I wanted to do. I wanted there to be like a kind of a career-oriented high school downtown, and a lot of people thought it was just sort of a campaign ploy. And I mean, I think probably 6 months in, I had struck a deal with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee to buy 11 acres. I mean, it's like arguably the highest profile 11 acres in town. And I mean, I think it's important that we don't, I was thinking about this driving over here, that we don't let that opportunity get away from us before we insist that there's a logistics institute there. Because there will very likely be some sort of Volkswagen presence. We think Blue Cross will maintain an IT type presence there. Yeah, but that's it. It's that every kid, our public school system is majority minority. There's more Black and Latino kids than there are white kids now, and the opportunities to do different stuff are not at all available equally across the county. And it's a huge county. I mean, like, we're throwing a county fair this weekend. It's 40 miles north of here, still in Hamilton County. And so for us, it's, all right, if we're doing something real well over here, that's great, but it doesn't matter to the kids 30 miles away unless we're, kind of insisting on the same quality and opportunities. And the weird thing that happened in education that's really not helpful now is 30 years ago, we went in this direction of everybody's going to college. Well, all the high schools in the city of Chattanooga have average ACT scores. This is crazy. All of the traditional high schools have average ACT scores under 19. So, listen, we need to improve that. Now, outside the city, if you get into some of the surrounding communities in the county, we got some higher performing schools. Man, if you're not giving off-ramps into the trades or even just more specific career pathways that get kids excited, like, we got a lot of young men who, you just walk the halls of some of our lower performing high schools, you can just tell these dudes are shells, right? They're checked out. They haven't been good at school in years, and they're on a one-size-fits-all curriculum. So the same school up on the mountain where the average ACT is 25, that's the same curriculum that the kid in inner city Chattanooga who's grown up in a violent neighborhood, he's on that same curriculum even though the average ACT score is 15. And so what we've tried to come in and say is at a time where a traditional four-year degree is probably devalued more than it ever has been. You know, if that peaked in the 80s or 90s where everybody had to have a four-year degree, I mean, at least that was the way it was in Atlanta Post. You know, we weren't hired for degrees. I took a four-year degree off as a requirement to come work for the county. Just wiped it away, unless you have to like be a lawyer or something. You know. So I think that's our big opportunity. I think
the trucking industry is crazy right now, and being a broker can be stressful. Managing your invoices, billing, collecting, carrier base, and cash flow can feel like an impossible task. But I can tell you OTR Solutions has figured out the impossible. They eliminate cash flow problems for carrier payments and ensure margin funding in just 24 hours with broker invoice factoring. OTR Solutions takes care of billing and collection processes with your shippers. And with lightning quick and accurate invoicing, your customers will never need another broker to handle their freight needs. Kick back, relax, and let OTR take care of your brokerage. If you want to know more, and I hope you do, check them out at otrsolutions.com/freight-caviar or text OTRFC to 80483 to see what they can do for your business. We've partnered with Ascend TMS, the world's most popular and top-rated transportation management system. It's the ultimate tool for all your freight needs. You can use our referral code RA-FreightCaviar! To receive 3 months of Ascend TMS for free. It only takes 20 seconds to sign up and no credit card is required. You can click the link below to learn more. Receive $200 off your ticket at Manifest using our link today. We are excited to once again partner with Manifest for their upcoming event, Manifest Vegas, from February 5th to 7th, 2024. Dubbed the world's largest global supply chain and logistics tech gathering, it promises a unique blend of Fortune 500 supply chain executives, fresh startups, and tech pioneers. Be among the 4,500 plus supply chain innovators, and remember, by using our exclusive link, you can save $200 off your ticket. Don't miss out.